Welcome to today's Explainer. We are jumping right into a really unique curriculum today that blends astrophysics with theology. We'll be exploring the epic journey of star formation exactly as it's presented in the heroesmartacademy Godly Learners series. We're going to track the whole incredible process, from freezing dark clouds in deep space, all the way to the blazing sources of life that light up our night sky.
Here is our roadmap for today's Explainer. We'll start in the divine stellar nursery, explore gravity and protostars, witness fusion, discuss why this all matters, look at some real space examples, and then finally tie it together with the curriculum's thoughts on education, morality, and peace.
Now, before we even touch the physics, the curriculum poses this absolutely fascinating premise: the idea that for every baby born, God hangs a star. It points right to the biblical account in the book of Matthew, where the wise men see the star of Jesus. So it essentially frames the hard science we're about to cover within this belief that we are all part of a grand, highly personal cosmic design.
Section 1. The Divine Stellar Nursery. The text actually frames our whole cosmic journey with a quote from Psalm 147:4. It uses this specific verse to highlight a core theme of the curriculum, that across billions and trillions of stars, literally not a single one is unnamed or forgotten. And it's this exact theological perspective that sets the stage for the science we're about to explore.
So, scientifically speaking, every single star's journey begins right here in a nebula. Think of a nebula as the ultimate cosmic nursery. It's this massive, sprawling cloud floating out in space, made mostly of hydrogen gas and cosmic dust. Through space telescopes, they might look like these beautiful, peaceful clouds of colorful paint, but they are actually highly active factories assembling the literal building blocks of the universe.
Section 2. Gravity and the protostar.
Step by step, gravity acts as the absolute engine of creation here. Even though the dust and gas in a nebula are super spread out, gravity slowly but surely starts pulling all these particles together. And as more matter gathers in one spot, that gravitational pull just gets stronger and stronger, causing the cloud to collapse inward on itself. As all that gas and dust is squeezed tighter and tighter, the core friction creates immense heat, and out of that collapsing, superheated cloud, a protostar is formed.
By definition, a protostar is essentially a baby star. It is incredibly hot because of all that gravitational squeezing we just walked through, but it hasn't quite ignited its nuclear engine yet. It's just glowing from the intense heat of being crushed together, standing right on the verge of something truly explosive.
Section 3. Fusion and the main sequence.
Now, when extreme temperature meets extreme pressure, something magical happens in physics: nuclear fusion. Hydrogen atoms are smashed together so violently, I want you to imagine the universe's most intense game of bumper cars, that they actually combine to create a brand new element, helium. And when they combine, they release huge amounts of energy. That energy pushes outward against the crushing force of gravity, and boom, a star is truly born.
Once that fusion begins, the star officially enters what scientists call the main sequence. This is the stable, longest phase of a star's life where it actively and continuously fuses hydrogen into helium. It's the steady, brightly glowing phase of life that our very own sun is experiencing right now, locked in this perfect balance of gravity pulling in and nuclear fusion pushing out.
The curriculum lays this out clearly so students can really visualize the difference. On one side, you've got a collapsing, heating baby protostar with zero atomic fusion happening yet. On the other side, you've got the stable, extreme pressure of an adult main sequence star that is actively fusing elements. Knowing this specific distinction is an absolute game changer for understanding basic astrophysics.
Section 4. Why star formation matters.
Now, you might be wondering, why does an 8th grader need to know this? Well, the material emphasizes that this matters way beyond just passing a science test. The very elements inside your body right now, like the iron pumping through your blood and the oxygen filling your lungs as you breathe, literally originate from these exact stellar factories. Stars forge these heavier elements. So it aims to show students that they are physically connected to the life cycle of the stars, all while teaching fundamental rules like gravity and energy transformation.
Section 5. Real examples in space.
The course grounds this by providing 3 really tangible examples you can find out there in the galaxy. First up, the Orion Nebula. If you look at the sword of the constellation Orion, there's a blurry patch that's actually an active stellar nursery where stars are being born right now. Second, our own sun. It started out in a nebula just like this. While science estimates this happened around 4.6 billion years ago, the curriculum does add the religious caveat that only God truly knows its exact age. And finally, using special infrared space telescopes, Astronomers can literally look through the dark cosmic dust and watch baby protostars in action today.
Section 6. Education, Morality, and Peace. As we wrap up, the author poses a really provocative question here. What is the point of being highly educated if you just continue making bad choices that hurt yourself and others? The core philosophy of this entire series is that learning amazing science about gravity, fusion, and nebulas without biblical morality will ultimately lead to suffering. True education, it argues, has to intertwine intelligence with character.
The curriculum leaves its students with a promise from Romans 8:6-7, contrasting a mind governed by the flesh with a mind governed by the Spirit. It's asking learners to fully engage with the majesty of physics, but to govern their daily actions with godly wisdom. So, our explainer leaves you with this thought to consider next time you look up at the stars. Is it enough to just gather scientific knowledge, or is it wisdom that actually brings lasting peace?